Lyft is a family-owned business. We are right here on the beach in Puerto Rico. This is where we were born and raised. The product that we built comes from the environment that we've grown up in because we're really building tools to get out and tap into that energy.
Well, we were making foils for some years. Nick and I started a board factory. Nick, being an engineer and being a very creative guy, thought that he could put an electric motor on the foil and it would be self-propelled.
When we started out and I said, hey, I want to build this flying surfboard that's electrically powered and whatever, and I was going to the best guys in the motor industry, the best guys in the battery industry, and everybody was like, yeah, that sounds cool, but they couldn't really visualize it. So we had to put together enough prototypes to show them a visual of what it is that we wanted to build and capture their attention. At least I kind of looked at it and I fell in love with it because it was hydrodynamics, it was engineering, it was surfing, it was flying, it was like everything that I loved in the world. It was all in one package. I have to learn how to build this for myself. It took years to kind of perfect that and get the feeling that we were really searching for. Those years in the shop, day and night, building wings and like just perfecting the feeling of flying. This is a product that we didn't create our own version of it. We invented this product. We built it from scratch. I look up a lot to my father, who originally taught me how to surf and really kind of threw me into this lifestyle. He gets out, he's kind of the main tester. If he likes it, I know it's really good.
He did. He had started on this prototype and we took it to the river and we had the first go on the eFoil. It showed promise and from there he kept working and working until he brought it into a product that you could commercialize.
It's part surfboard, it's part hydrofoil, hoverboard, you know, flying magic carpet, and it's also the world's smallest personal watercraft. You're really the creator of this. You're the guy who stepped over the boundaries and brought us into the world of surfing. It's funny because when you guys came out with this, I mean, I remember I was in college. When I watched Step in Liquid, I was studying mechanical engineering. And I got into engineering because I was into surfing and windsurfing, and I want to understand how a sail works. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know, I'm watching you on the big screen and I'm thinking, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to do with my life? And there it is, like right in front of me, and I didn't even know. You know, the real challenge was going out and finding the right people across the world that were very good at what they did and to join in on our adventure of building this product.
Well, the foil is just it's an unusual phenomenon. And when people experience the flight, you know, leaving the water, flying on your feet on this surfboard, that, you know, startles people. And it takes them a couple times to relax and enjoy it. But foiling itself is just the softest, smoothest. It's a beautiful sensation. This is just a great, fun sport for everyone. It's really an amazing invention.
The eFoil has allowed me to do things that I had never experienced before I got on one. No matter what I did, I don't care how I kite foiled or tow foiled or whatever I did. You never had that freedom. One of the most exciting aspects of foiling is the frontier of rideable places.
Yeah, well,
with your electric foil, it's always up.
Yeah, well, with electric foil, you don't need waves.
Yeah.
You know, that's like. Well, I use the electric foil to go out and cruise. I like to just explore. I don't push it on people as like an extreme sport. I'm not saying this is, you know, big wave foiling, but I like to go out when the water's beautiful and it's flat. It's like, man, let's go for a 15-mile cruise and go check out the coast. And I'm not bothering anybody. You know, I'm not coming through making a lot of noise. It's quiet. You know, and I get to take people and have them experience that. I have guests that come down to visit that don't surf, and it's like, hey, well, let's get you on the foil, and within a couple lessons, if not the first lesson, we're already cruising around the corner of the island to go check out some unique spots. After work, they're taking, I'm taking my board, taking this board, taking that board.
Well, and then they understand why you're the way you are. They're like, oh yeah, that's why he's the way. He's like,
well, they're stoked. Building the product.
Well, absolutely.
So
it's all about that.
It's a rule in our shop that everybody's got to go out and foil.
It was cool going foiling with Nick the first time we went, and he was shredding. I seen him get his first wave. I was like, oh, this guy rips. Like, no wonder why he makes good foils. Like, it all clicked, and that kind of made me have even more respect for him, because not only is he making this good stuff, but it's like, oh, he knows what he's doing, and he can get on that wing and be like, oh yeah, this thing is good. And then also, because he's a foiler, I can tell him, hey, this one sucks, and he's gonna be like, yeah, you're right, it does suck, because he knows, and I think at the end of the day, being not only the designer, shaper, but also the rider keeps you honest, and it keeps you motivated to pursue new things, and it also kind of keeps you down the right path, from wandering too far, because you know what you're making.
I mean, listen, with the way technology is going, I mean, the eFoils are crazy good for not only for training, for exploration, just for sharing foiling with people that don't have waves. I mean, it just goes on. And then also it's an incredible platform for design.
The beauty of our eFoils too is that there's a lot of different uses for it. There's different people out there, they're in different locations. So we've created not only just one eFoil model, we have multiple models to suit each individual in each location, and depending on what they want to do. If you want a board that's really stable and easy to ride, we have a board for that. If you want something that's much shorter and a lot more maneuverable and faster, we have a board for that. If you want to tow your friends with their surf foil and whip them into the waves, we have a board for that. So the whole sport is branching out into a bunch of different disciplines, and it has plenty of utility. It's great.
And the first time I tried the little foil, I thought he was, it was another one of his crazy inventions, and I couldn't do it. I would never figure it out, it's just too small. But like most things, it's more finesse than power. It's a trick, doesn't require, super athletic abilities. So that's the great thing about this sport. It's available to everybody, anyone who really wants to do it.
The ability to glide through a fluid medium and to fly is just incredible. And so now we have these boards, it's like a combination of both. You're flying through the water, you're flying in the waves, you're up in the air, so you're suspended in two fluid mediums at the same time. And your body notices all of that, it feels it. Every cell in your body feels this accelerations, and it's something that just awakens this emotion inside of you. It's irresistible. Like once you do it once, you're totally hooked. After we shipped our first 1,000 units out there, that took over a year, and we improved all the little details in the product, refined the design. I feel like what we have right now is solid. It's a really well-balanced design. All the details are there, it's reliable, and people are enjoying it more than ever. Some of the comments that we get from people that are coming in first time into the brand and discovering the product is they see the price tag and they step back and they go, wow, that's really expensive for a surfboard with a motor on it. And that's very far from the truth. The reality is there's a lot of high-tech components go into it. You have a very advanced lithium battery with advanced software. You have a full carbon fiber sandwich construction board with a waterproof hatch compartment. You have a pre-preg carbon fiber hydrofoil. You have a brushless electric motor that's fully submersible. You have high-grade military electrical contacts. You have a Bluetooth wireless hand controller. You have 5 different circuit boards. They're individual programming and all are communicating with each other. You have cases and bags that you can break it down and pack it all up. Not to mention that you have an incredible team of customer service taking care of you with every need that you might have. So there's a lot of components and a lot that goes into the overall experience and satisfaction for the customer, that when you get that and when you experience it and when you kind of deal with us, you realize what it is that you pay for, and you recognize why the price is where it's at. So there's nothing more satisfactory than getting messages and emails from customers that just got their eFoil and they love it. It is their favorite toy. Like, it just changed their world. They're out flying 3 times a day. They've got their family, their kids involved, their friends. So it's awesome. It's awesome to see all the eFoils kind of going out, and it's just kind of taking on a life of its own, and it's growing momentum.
This is surfing. So let's get that straight. Foiling is surfing. It's just the highest evolution of surfing, and any surfer who's evolving is going to end up foiling. It's just, if you don't, then you're stagnating. Because there's only 2 things happening in life. You're either going down or you're going up. So choose one.